Hey everybody, John Ashburton here with the third video of this series on setting yourself up for success at the Police Academy. As promised, in today's video I'm going to be addressing your specific questions on the Academy. Now, I did receive more questions than we've got time for today, so if your question isn't covered, I assure you that I'll get to it during the coming video series on Police Academy secrets. So the first question we're going to talk about is about the driver training. A few people basically wanting to know, how intensive is the driver training, and is it worth taking an advanced driving course before the academy? Personally, yes, I found this component of the course quite intense. At my academy, we were part of a successful trial to conduct most of this training on public roads. That is, once we'd completed a component out on a racetrack, which was awesome fun, we were then let loose, so to speak, out in public. Now, whilst I don't know the exact format your driver training is going to take, I can certainly offer you some guidance on pre-academy preparation. This is a topic we'll cover in depth in the coming course. For now though, a few critical points to consider. Firstly, it is useful if you understand that much police driver training is related to driving attitudes and decisions. Yes, there'll be a lot of tangible skills learnt in terms of car handling dynamics and core driving ability. But once you're on the job, it's your situational awareness and sound judgment that will be most important. That is to say that emergency driving is more about your reactions to other drivers' behaviour than just your reactions to physical road conditions. Secondly, you are likely to be assessed on three primary issues. Are you safe? Are you confident? And are you proficient? Now, of these three, safe, confident, proficient, the first on safety is paramount, and this will come not just from your proficiency, but from your judgment skills. You could have the skills of a professional racing driver, but if you're taking unnecessary risks on public roads, then you're not fit to qualify in emergency driving. Having said that, if you're interested in preparing yourself prior to the academy, there are a few things you can do. Boosting your confidence in general driving can be achieved through frequent driving, as well as taking an additional driving course. Now, a word of caution on these driving courses. What I'm recommending is a simple 1 or 2 day course where you learn a few extra skills on things like emergency braking and defensive driving skills. My word of caution here is that be careful of conducting any longer training, as you may pick up some habits that contradict the police training. So a 1 or 2 day course to boost your general driving confidence would be okay though. So hopefully that helps everyone who asked about driver training. The next question, which also reflected common sentiment, was people asking about legal studies. Like, are there any recommended textbooks to study in advance regarding these legal studies? So looking at the legal study preparation, there is not often prescribed texts available before the academy. Certainly if you do receive some sort of pre-course package from the academy, by all means you should learn it. But I'm not aware of any academy that does this. It would actually be a very useful step, but instead what you end up with is a training course that leaves you feeling like this. Information overload, which means the problem is not only the many complexities of legal study, but rather working out how to learn it all in a very tight time frame. Plus, you're expected to keep up with all the other concurrent training demands of tactics, policies, procedures, fitness training, and more. So yes, there are a lot of exams and tests at the academy, where you will need to retain a lot of information. So my tip here is to instead focus on working out your personal study habits and routines before you start at the academy, so that you have a system in place from the very first day to start organising and managing all this new information. This is why the main focus of the coming training series is going to be preparing you for how to handle such a heavy study load. If this is something you need handled, then make sure you register for the coming webinar on Police Academy secrets, as I'll be sharing with you 3 big secrets that allowed me to go from a fairly shaky start to scoring up to 100% on various legal exams. Finally, I want to cover a topic today that manifested in a number of your questions on the topics of stress, worry, anxiety, uncertainty, on a range of areas. So I've grouped this all together for you under what I believe is what people are really talking about, which is fear. Fear is a pervasive and destructive emotion, which, when let out of control, can terminate your dreams, goals, and desires. However, it is also a completely rational emotion. So I don't subscribe to the view of simply saying you need to get past your fear and get over it. What I do advocate is strategies to manage and overcome fear. Like any emotion, fear has its place. If you have no fear at all, then it's impossible to be truly courageous. Courage is, after all, the ability to act in spite of feared consequence. So, what is fear? Well, one acronym I've heard is that fear is simply false evidence appearing real. Fear is your anticipation of something that has not actually happened. Now, this is a huge topic, and I'd like to give you just one key insight today to help you cope with what may be mounting fear and anxiety about Police Academy, or even police selection for those of you still at that stage. And my tip is that you've got to adopt the mindset of the winner. In other words, the continual mindset of the victor, because this is the extreme opposite of the mindset of the victim. And fear will always overcome you when you have a victim mentality. The second you decide to take charge of your life and develop the mentality of a winner, you take control of your psychology and realize that you alone are responsible for your life. And as such, fear will start to dissipate. It won't happen straight away, but with the confidence of a winning psychology, fear will struggle to gain traction. Rather, it will stimulate you to take action instead of weakening you into inaction. Now, this is a tough road to take. Winston Churchill said it well with his description that courage is moving from failure to failure with enthusiasm. Because you're going to mess up, you're going to make mistakes, and it is your winning psychology that will allow you to get back up and stop fear taking hold. So if you've got doubts about your performance at the Academy, face them head on. Don't just submit to it like most people and let it consume you. Take a look at your fears and let them spur you to action instead of inaction. And this taking action is really what the coming course on Police Academy Secrets is all about. This is going to be an interactive course of online videos and activity pages where I'm going to take you step by step through a process to empower you to unleash what I call the police mindset, handle your study prep, and really build yourself to a position of optimal performance at the Academy. As we progress through the course, you'll get a chance to ask any specific questions, and then I'll answer you in the following week's video, which will be uploaded direct to your online member account. But the next thing you need to do is decide to register for the free pre-launch webinar on Police Academy Secrets. As well as answering questions on the coming course, I'm also going to share some techniques and new attitudes that will help you out if any of these 3 statements on the screen apply to you. So if you can't get focused or find the time to study or are struggling to retain what you learn, then I strongly encourage you to register for this free webinar. Plus, this course is also for those of you in the selection phase. Again, if you're not sure if it's right for you, register for the online webinar and ask me whatever questions you have on the night. Can you imagine what it would be like to be arriving at the Academy without all the nerves and jitters that will hold you back from enjoying this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Instead, you could be in a state of confidence and excitement, ready to handle anything that comes your way. So if you're ready to step up your Academy performance, click the Register Now button and I'll see you online next week. One more thing is to let you know the actual course on Police Academy Secrets is opening for enrollment next week, a few days after the webinar. However, if you'd like to gain special pre-launch access, then you'll need to register for the webinar. This is an online webinar, so you can watch it from home. There's no obligation to do anything, and it's a great chance to find out if this training is right for you. So click the registration button below, and I'll send you your unique login link for this free webinar. Thank you again for joining me in this video series on Police Academy Success. If you found value here, then I really encourage you to take action and register for the free online webinar. My goal here was to share with you a few key insights that will really make a difference to your success should you make it to the Academy. But if you do want to learn more about saving hours of time in study and how to deal with this incoming fire hose, click the registration button below and I'll see you in the online webinar. Until then, keep up your preparations, visualize your success, and make it happen.